There are moments in life when it feels like everything conspires against us, moments when dreams seem too far away and the world feels unbearably heavy. Have you ever thought about giving up? There are stories that remind us that no matter how hard the road gets, it is always worth continuing the fight. Few stories represent those words better than the one we are about to tell, a life that also teaches us something deeper. You don't always need Hall of Fame numbers to become immortal. True respect isn't only earned through statistics, it's earned through authenticity. A story that proves success doesn't always belong to the strongest, but to those who never stop trying. This is the story of Bartolo Colón. In a forgotten corner of the Dominican Republic, in the small community of Altamira, a legend was born. Bartolo Colón came into the world on May 24, 1973, in a cardboard house with no electricity and no running water. From an early age, he understood what hard work meant. By age 9, he was already harvesting coffee beans under the punishing sun, dreaming each night of the roar of a stadium crowd. And though reality seemed to say otherwise, Bartolo never let go of that dream. He showed up to countless tryouts. Time and again, scouts told him the same thing. "You're not tall enough to be a pitcher." Many would have quit. Bartolo didn't. He kept throwing on the dusty fields of Altamira, clinging to faith, until in 1993, the Cleveland Indians offered him a minor league contract for just $3,000. To make it happen, Bartolo altered his age, lowering it by 2 years. It wasn't right, but in the desperation of poverty and the hunger of chasing a dream, it was the only path he saw. That little lie opened the door, and once inside, what mattered wasn't the mistake, it was what he did with the opportunity. With that fragile chance in his hands, Bartolo left his homeland carrying nothing but a suitcase of hope and an arm determined to conquer the world. His rise was meteoric. By 1997, only 4 years later, he debuted in Major League Baseball with the Cleveland Indians. The boy who once dreamed beneath a cardboard roof was now pitching under the bright lights of the biggest stage. But signing that contract hadn't been a perfect road. The false birth date would remain a shadow over his career. Still, Bartolo took that imperfect start and transformed it into something authentic, into a life that inspired millions. His story reminds us all, mistakes don't define you. What defines you is what you do next, how you turn second chances into something greater. The first step toward your dream may not be perfect, but it's still a step. And Bartolo's imperfect first step became the beginning of greatness. Armed with a blazing fastball near 100 miles per hour, Bartolo quickly made a name for himself. In 1998, his first full season, he earned an All-Star selection, finishing with 14 wins, 9 losses, and a 3.71 ERA. He wasn't just a prospect anymore. He was a dominant pitcher, feared and respected. Between 1997 and 2002, he racked up 75 wins and over 900 strikeouts, cementing himself as one of the most valuable arms in baseball. So valuable, in fact, that in 2002, the Montreal Expos made one of the boldest trades in MLB history to get him, sending away future stars Cliff Lee, Grady Sizemore, and Brandon Phillips. That same season, split between Cleveland and Montreal, Bartolo delivered 20 wins, 8 losses, and 149 strikeouts across 233 innings. It was a statement to the league. Bartolo Colón was here to stay. From there, his career became a journey across teams. In 2003, he pitched for the Chicago White Sox, recording 15 wins. But his crowning moment came in 2005, wearing the uniform of the Los Angeles Angels. That year, Bartolo reached the summit. 21 wins, only 8 losses, a 3.48 ERA, and 157 strikeouts in 222 innings. He dominated the American League and captured the prestigious Cy Young Award, joining Dominican legends Juan Marichal and Pedro Martinez as winners of the honor. But baseball, like life, isn't a straight line. Every peak comes with valleys. After the Cy Young season, injuries began to haunt him. In 2006 and 2007, shoulder problems sapped his power. The endless rehab, the frustration, the whispers that he wasn't the same. His lifelong battle with weight became more visible too. Coaches urged him to slim down, but Bartolo joked, "If I lose weight, I'll lose velocity." Behind the smile was a painful truth: it was getting harder to keep up. Rumors swirled that during those dark years, he found escape in drinking, and his training habits declined. From the ace of 2005, Bartolo became an unreliable pitcher, battered by injuries and inconsistency. By 2010, no MLB team signed him. At 37, with a worn-out arm and declining reputation, Bartolo sat at home, watching games on TV, wondering if the dream was gone forever. For most, that would have been the end. But not Bartolo. Greatness isn't about never falling, it's about rising every time you fall. In 2010, he underwent an experimental stem cell procedure on his shoulder, elbow, and rotator cuff in the Dominican Republic. Doctors sought to regenerate damaged tissue many believed was finished. Miraculously, it worked. His arm came back to life. And so, in 2011, the New York Yankees, the franchise of legends, gave him a minor league deal. At 38 years old with little expectation, Bartolo shocked everyone. He pitched his way back into the majors, finishing with 8 wins, 10 losses, a 4.00 ERA, and 135 strikeouts in 164 innings. Not dominant, but considering the circumstances, it was a miracle. He was back. In 2012, he signed with the Oakland Athletics. At 39, most assumed he was just veteran depth, but once again, Bartolo defied the odds. Mid-season, he had 10 wins and a 3.43 ERA, anchoring Oakland's rotation in their playoff push. The chubby veteran, smiling and steady, became a fan favorite. ESPN even wrote, "At 39, Bartolo Colon carries extra pounds and a repaired arm, but somehow remains part of a major league rotation." But fate wasn't done testing him. In August 2012, during Oakland's playoff chase, Bartolo tested positive for testosterone and was suspended 50 games. The blow was brutal. He publicly apologized and accepted responsibility. Many thought this was finally the end. Yet, like always, Bartolo found a way back. He served his suspension, trained in silence, and returned in 2013 with one of the best seasons of his career. 18 wins, 6 losses, a 2.65 ERA, and just 29 walks in 190 innings. He even earned another All-Star nod, one of the few in history to achieve it past age 40, falling and rising. That was the Bartolo Colon story. In 2014, he joined the New York Mets. At 41 years old, most thought he'd simply mentor younger arms. Instead, Bartolo became the soul of the team. Fans embraced him with the nickname Big Sexy, a moniker he wore with humor and pride. Far from offended, he understood it was affection. Every fifth day, Citi Field erupted when he took the mound. His performances weren't just about wins, they were about joy. In 2014, he logged 15 wins. In 2015, he added 14 more while helping the Mets reach their first World Series in 15 years. And in 2016, at age 43, he posted another 15 wins with a 3.43 ERA. Reliable, resilient, beloved. Then came his most magical moment. On May 7, 2016, at Petco Park in San Diego, Bartolo Colon hit the first and only home run of his career. At 42 years and 349 days old, facing James Shields, he swung, and the ball soared over the left field wall. The stadium erupted. His teammates exploded with laughter and joy. Neil Walker later said, "We were all wondering what we'd do if Bartolo hit a homer." Seeing it happen was the highlight of all our careers. That home run wasn't just 2 runs. It was proof that you're never too old to create new magic. Proof that dreams don't expire. By 2018, at 45 years old, Bartolo pitched for the Texas Rangers. That season, he earned his 246th and 247th career victories, setting the all-time record for most wins by a Latin American pitcher, surpassing Dennis Martinez, 245, and Juan Marichal, 243. His final MLB totals 247 wins, 188 losses, a 4.12 ERA, 2,535 strikeouts, and over 3,400 innings. From Altamira's coffee fields to the pinnacle of the baseball world, Bartolo Colón's career was proof of perseverance. After 2018, no MLB team called, but Bartolo still wasn't ready to say goodbye. Between 2019 and 2021, he played in independent leagues and in Mexico, not for money, but for love of the game. "As long as my arm works, I'll keep pitching," he said with that trademark smile. Finally, in 2023, at age 50, he officially retired, signing a one-day contract to retire as a New York Met. On September 17th, Citi Field filled with applause, love, and memories. With his family at his side, Bartolo threw one final ceremonial pitch, closing a career that spanned more than 2 decades.